Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. Going to bring you this topic this afternoon about fuel storage, and then we're also going to share with you a great value that I found on these genuine NATO Jerry cans. So if you follow my channel, you know that I've been doing the FJ Cruiser bug out project and doing some upgrades to it, and one of the things that I wanted to look at was having some extra fuel capacity to take along with me. And also back in the summer we had a couple little short fuel shortages based on some leaks and things that disrupted distribution, and so I promised myself that I was going to up my fuel storage, so I would have, you know, a little extra on hand in case I ever needed it. So let's talk fuel storage just for a second. Obviously there's many reasons to store fuel in case of emergencies, grid down situations, stuff like that. Maybe you're just wanting to carry a few extra gallons camping because you're going to be in a remote area with not a lot of gas station options available to you. So there's many reasons people that would store fuel, and one of the best ways to store them is in these military or NATO Jerry cans. There's variations of these. There's a few different styles, and this one right here is an actual European model that's a NATO Jerry can, and this was a genuine made in Poland is where these are made, and they're made to NATO specifications for distribution. And if you've kind of researched these around, you'll know there's a lot of imitations of this coming out of China and different places, and some of them may be okay. Obviously I hadn't gotten them all and tested them or anything, but my main concern was there's a lot of information out there on the internet already about them not holding up, not leak. You know, they would leak, sometimes they would swell, all those things. So if you're familiar with storing fuel, you know that the containers can expand based on swelling and stuff like that, and they obviously can leak, whatever. These right here are designed not to do that. And the good thing about buying something like this, there's also accessories for this, much more easier to use, have availability for than your standard cans you buy at the local Walmart and stuff. So there's jerry can holders, all kinds of little things that you can buy, and that's the good thing, that most of these are generic as far as the shape and stuff. So there's a bunch of different style of holders that are available for this. So if you want to mount it somewhere, maybe in a vehicle, on the outside of a vehicle, whatever that may be. So, got to looking around on the internet, and I found a company called Deutsches Optik, and I will post all that in the section below down there where I bought it. And you get 4 of these for $156, including shipping. So if you look at that, that essentially equals about $39 a can. So I know some people are going $40 for a can. Well, if you go shop around for these, and if you've already done that, you'll realize that most of these are like $80 a can. So it's half off, including shipping, for this very same style and everything else. So there's a couple ones that this style that I particularly would recommend is this one, which is, again, made in Poland. And I'm not going to get this correct, but it's GELG, Gelg, or GELG company is the manufacturer of this. There's another one called Wavian, and I'm not so sure. There's a lot of rumors and a lot of stuff like that about, you know, this company makes them for Wavian, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. So there's probably a few different manufacturers. I just know that this right here is made to NATO specifications. And there's a few things that you look for as far as the welds. Some of them are pressed together, things like that. But the way these operate, they have a safety pin here that you have to turn a certain way to get out. That just keeps it locked in place. Pull it out like that. You grab hold of this one. These are new. These are pretty stiff, but they're designed to be stiff to begin with because of trying to make sure that they're not going to leak. So you would just grab hold of this little tab here and pull and open it up like that. And you notice in here it has a rubber seal, and that's what creates the good seal that would keep it from leaking. So these also have a breathing valve in them built in, so you don't get that chugging or the sucking motion that would cause, you see the other cans that do that. It's got that built in. and they make spouts and stuff like that. The easiest solution for something like this is that what most people recommend is something like the super siphon here, a jiggler hose, some people call them, but that right here is the fastest and easy and the cleanest way to do it. You just put this down in here and then jiggle it until it starts coming out. And then you would have this obviously in your container or your vehicle that you want to put the gas in. It's best if this is elevated a little bit in order to do that. So the like I said, for $40 a piece, including shipping, it's a great deal. I went ahead and ordered 4 of them. That's how you get that price, is when you order 4. The only color they come in is green, and so you don't have any options. I had actually preferred probably red to just kind of go with whatever else I had on my FJ. But I'm going to do another video in the near future of mounting this. I hadn't quite decided how I'm going to mount it. I'm trying to mount at least 1, maybe 2 on or in the FJ somehow, but I hadn't quite decided how I'm going to do that just yet, and I will share that video with you guys when I do it. But anyway, guys, if you're looking at upping your fuel storage, I highly recommend having about 20 gallons. This right here is actually a 5-gallon tank. It's a little over 5 gallons. It's like 5.8 gallons or something like that. But I would recommend having about 20 gallons on hand. So you'd need 4 of these to accomplish that, and that would work. Any more than that, I think, the more you can store, the better you are. So, get you a 100-gallon tank, outside tank or something if you wanted. But I like the portability of these. The way I recommend fuel storage, when you put the fuel in, make sure you are putting some kind of fuel stabilizer. Stable is one of them that's on the market that is got a good reputation. But once you put it in, I think that it extends the shelf life of fuel about, I don't know, about a year, maybe 12 months or something like that. And then just rotate it into your car. So whatever octane is required for your car, that's probably what I would put. Maybe you would also get some that is non-leaded if you have that. Non-ethanol if you have that in your area, and just mark the can somehow. This is the non-ethanol brand, and in case you need to run it in, some of your smaller motor type stuff like your lawnmower and things like that, it's recommended to run non-ethanol in that. So I'll probably have at least 5 gallons stored of that, and I usually keep a 5-gallon jug of that stored anyway. But the rest will probably be just whatever octane my vehicle requires, which is 93, and then I will put stable in these and just put them back. Again, try to put a date on them somehow. You can either write on them, sticker, whatever, and then just make sure you're rotating them into your vehicle and using them, and then filling this back up. So that's what I recommend on fuel storage. But anyway, guys, great deal. I'm glad I found it, and if you got any questions, you can post that below. And if you'd like to discuss anything about the fuel storage or these cans in particular, be sure to ask those in the comments section below, and we'll try answering those, or maybe one of the other subscribers or viewers can answer it for you if I don't. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up down there in that section. Also down in that section is the share content. Helps us get the word out about Guns and Gear Network, and it's greatly appreciated. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and we bring another video shortly. Have a great day.